Hey folks, so I've had this Aloe Castilloniae for quite some time now, and it's so root bound you can see it easily comes off. That's where the spillage is when I was setting it on here. So it's very root bound and stuff, and I would like to transplant it. So I'm going to move it off to the side for now and show you how I'm going to plant it. So I have a shallow pot, this way it can dry out faster and everything. So I'm going to peel the sticker off the back if I can. This is like a waterproof one, but I don't really want it under here. You can see they hand wrote $4. That was a good price. But I like the way this green looks with the... Okay, this may not come off easily. Oh, there it goes. I like the way the light-colored terracotta looks with the Aloe Castilloniae. And a lot of these terracotta pots, if you see, they're made in Germany. So I don't know if you can see that clearly. But anyway, one issue is the light color one, because they come in 2 or 3 different colors besides the typical clay. The problem with these light-colored ones is you can never find saucers for them. So I finally found some. I had this pot for a while, and so many nurseries, they basically get a shipment and they run out. And you can find this type of pot at so many nurseries. But if you find the saucer, make sure you buy it then and there. Don't wait, because whenever they get a shipment, they never get enough saucers. And you can see Germany. So anyway, that's the first thing I'm going to do. I have this set down. And then I'm going to first put me some plant tabs underneath, just as a means to keep it from scuffing countertops. So using a circle punch that's 3/8 of an inch, I basically cut some craft foam that's self-adhesive. And because this is light color, I'm going to go with the white color on it. And one thing I don't like is whenever you buy pots, they have like craft foam type material underneath as padding when you buy nice ceramic pots from nurseries, or they typically do, but what they lack is having enough of them. You see, 4 would be enough, but if you put it at an angle, the edge can hit the countertop, and over time, scuff it up if you're pulling it to water and return it or something like that. So, needless to say, I try to make sure I have enough on there to give a good padding. It's just a good, responsible thing to do, even if you have your own plant business and you want to have things growing to resale. It's always a good thing to do, just so that you have happy customers. Although I really don't have much of a plant business, this is more of a hobby. Maybe one day I can, but anyway, so that's what I did. Now the second thing I want to do is take this, turn it over. I'm going to go to the clean side, take this pot, flip it over, and I have just some cheap Dollar Tree super glue. I'm going to compare that to how well it works. Oh, it's very liquidy compared to the others. The nozzle is a lot bigger than Loctite. I like the Loctite brand. A lot of people go for the Gorilla because it's a lot less per ounce, but I'm going to just put enough on here. What's nice is because it's porous, that's why this is from the Dollar Tree. It's really inexpensive. So anyway, now I can take this and try to line it up just perfectly centered. And, oh, it sticks. Okay. There we go. So while it's sitting, because it's porous, it shouldn't take too long to dry. While it's sitting, I'm debating if I need to break apart these into their individual plants or not. Sometimes you break them apart, you get that, and you kill the plant. And the Aloe Castilloniae isn't a very easy plant to find, so I don't want to destroy it. So I'm going to just see separately if that will grow, but that's about a good height in the pot. I'll just put soil around and then lift up. And it's going to keep it full rather than just having one sprig. So I seem to be missing a spoon, but I did mix a lot of perlite in here, about 40%, as you can see. I'm going to put that on this side because I have spillage there. So I'm going to take this plant. It's been so top heavy in that pot, but I'm happy that I'm finally transplanting. I don't have a plastic spoon in my apartment to use at the moment. Probably need to get a nice one from a camping store that's reusable that I can use for these things. But that will be washed in, but I can always turn it around. This is going to look nice, isn't it? That's the nice thing about using a plant tray. You spill, and you can not make a big mess in your apartment or house or wherever you're living at the moment. Or less of a mess, should I say. But you see the bottom stuck really easily, and it's nice. Okay. So we have that. Now I can go and pot it, but one thing I'm gonna do is, I guess I could reuse this pot for the aloe. It does have a root here, so it probably will survive, and when I see it growing, it will be great. But you can see I bought it for, look, $1. Isn't that great? It was on clearance at Lowe's back in the day, maybe like a year or two ago, before they revamped their clearance things where they have standardized pricing. But I'm just going to pour this soil in here. If you want to see how well the succulent mix, how easy it is to make, the first video on my channel is about it. But this will need like a watering tray. But all I need to do is just make a little place so I don't damage the root, but it's still not compacted. And there we go. So it's like an easy way to propagate this. So a little bit about the Aloe Castilloniae. It was discovered not too long ago, growing on the side of sandstone cliffs in southern Madagascar. And the original stand has not been found again after its first discovery. But it's a really pretty aloe. I think it's one of my favorite in the way it looks. And there are like, I think 2 different varieties you can find. Some don't look as nice as this kind in my opinion, but everyone has their own taste. But anyway, these are nice tropical aloes, so you don't want to keep them outdoors in the wintertime unless you live in the tropics, and they can handle it. But they're succulent just like any aloe, so you'd want to make sure you give them ample light and water well, but not keeping it waterlogged, but water and let it dry between waterings. And give it a good airy soil, you know, lots of perlite. And that's all there is. And then as you can see, you can divide them to propagate as long as you have roots with them. Some aloes you can take leaves, cut it, and replant, at least from what I've seen on YouTube. But I know that aloe vera can't, so I don't know if this one can or can't. I haven't really tried yet because I don't want to kill it. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found the Aloe Castilloniae as a nice, interesting plant and are inspired to include that in your plant collection. Thanks for watching and happy planting.